Hi babes, my name is Tanda N and the N is from Damasa. Darling, hopefully you said it with me. Welcome to another video. And I just want to say, if you are new here, thank you so much for coming by. Hopefully you press the subscribe button. Most importantly, guys, please click on the notifications bell so that you may get a notification every single time I upload a video. And if you are a regular subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by and for always supporting my content. I've been thinking about this video, right? And I've been thinking, like, I want to do it. I just didn't know how to start or how to curate it in the order that I would like it to come to you in, you know? Like how I'm seeing it in my head, how I'm hearing it in my head. So this video is basically just tips or things to do to get back to yourself, especially in this new year. You know, it's a new year and I thought I should definitely do this video because there's certain things or coping mechanisms that I'm trying out and they really much work out for me. I think I've been happy for the past, consistently, I've been happy for almost a month, and that's very rare. Like, that's very rare. And I think this time around, this is happening like this because I'm choosing things that make me happy. You know, I'm choosing to make my happiness what I want it to be. You know, it's more like choosing what to invest in. So I'm choosing what to invest my emotions in. So I was like, let me share these tips with you guys. Maybe someone else needs it out there. Maybe you're going through earlier fatigue, or I don't know, or you feel like your life is stagnant, especially people that are about to go to varsity, or people that are unemployed, or just people that are trying to figure out life, really. So the first thing for me has to be writing and journaling. So writing and journaling helps me a lot because it helps me write down my thoughts, acknowledge my feelings. So if you see me looking down, it's because I've got a pad that I've written everything on. So I'm just gonna refer to my points. So I'm saying journaling and writing helps me navigate my thoughts. It helps me acknowledge how I feel like, and it helps me validate how I feel like. So I'll cry about things, but I'll write them down and tell my diary that this is what's happening right now, and I feel like this because this happened and it's hurting my feelings. So that way I'm acknowledging it and I'm choosing to deal with it, than for me to be a person that's emotionally unavailable, a person that's nonchalant about things and emotions, because the more you avoid things, the more they build up. And you don't want that. You don't want your feelings or resentment or your sadness to build up, because once it reaches its peak, you are gonna go down and you will be down and out depressed. I promise you. Well, that's what happened to me. So I don't want to see anybody go through that or for it to happen to me again. So that's why I'm saying my first point is that you need to acknowledge how you feel like. Yes, at this point, during this time, I feel sad. Why do I feel sad? Because this and this happened. Why did it happen? Because of this action and this action. Now, what do I need to do? You need to always find solutions to all your problems while you're navigating them. I'm not saying you're going to figure them out easily, but I'm just saying at the end of the day, you need to be a person that practices critical thinking. I think I'm really good at critical thinking. Like, I will be faced with a situation and I'll be like, okay, right now I'm sad because I'm not getting a job in what I want. So then what do I need to do in order for me to not be sad? I need to first make sure that I don't invest my emotions much into this, because yes, I invest my time and everything, but emotion-wise, my happiness must not depend on this specific thing. My happiness should be built on, should be based on the environment I've built for myself, should be based on, like, not on one particular thing, but on a collection of small special moments that make me feel happy. And that way you will feel really wholesome. So always write down things, always journal things, acknowledge how you feel like. Do not avoid feelings. Never ever avoid feelings. Acknowledge how you feel like, because you are a human being. You are not perfect. And everyone out there goes through something, hey? So that's why I'm saying writing, because I was on the phone with my friend just now and she was telling me that sometimes she feels like it's the end of the world, and then she goes on Twitter, then she sees a tweet and she realizes, people go through the worst of things. And it's just like, you're not alone. You're not alone. I've gone through it. Somebody else out there probably has gone through it. And I want you to always remember that you are never alone. It's not like the world is against you or anything like that. It's not you alone. Sonke siyagoa, but you choose. You must pick umgoa wako, basically. You must pick what you want to stay in and what you don't want to stay in. So writing and journaling. And I think number 2, it also relates to journaling, because when I journal, I often pray. So pray. Always pray. AKA says don't forget to pray, and I'm telling you, do not forget to pray. Always pray through things. I'm not saying when you pray everything is going to change immediately, but you are in the process of healing that wound. You are in the process of asking God to be with you when you go through that thing. So whatever it is you believe in, it could be prayer, it could be pasha, it could be whatever it is that you believe in as a person. Do that one thing that centers your life and makes you feel whole again and makes you connected to for me, connected to God. So I will pray, I will journal, I'll read the Bible, and I'll talk to God. I'll tell him, God, I'm really not coping right now. Do something. Like, I'm your child. You said it in your scripture that I must ask and I shall receive. So do as you said. Sometimes I do shout at God. I won't even lie. I really do. And I'm sorry that I do. But I would be frustrated. And I think once I speak to God about things, that's when things start to change. Yes, they might not change immediately, but they will gradually change. And that's enough for me, because nothing is perfect in life. And I wouldn't learn anything if everything just changed like this. So now I'm learning to appreciate the happy days. Like, when I was happy, I appreciate that. When I went out, I took myself out for dinner and I looked beautiful, I appreciate that. So it's like, pray about things, small, big, whether you think it's bothering you or you think it doesn't bother you. Pray about everything. Pray in good times, pray in bad times, pray in celebration times. So I do want to say pray. Praying also goes with journaling for me, because after I journal, I then pray to God about all I've written, because then journaling helps me navigate my emotions, and then I seal it with prayer. Another one I would say is to do self-care. Self-care is it's more like luxury. It's different for everybody. My self-care means I need to make sure my nails are on point, my hair is on point, lashes are on point, that I've waxed. Waxing plays a huge role when it comes to my self-care. So if the minute I go wax and I go do my nails and I go do my lashes and my hair's done, I feel like I can conquer the world. This is why I say self-care is very important. So do that one thing that makes you feel good, that makes you feel like a boss, that makes you feel like a lady or a gentleman. Do that one thing that makes you feel like you are yourself again. If it's wearing red lipstick, put the lipstick on, girl, and stand in front of the mirror and rock it. Feel yourself, tell yourself, affirm yourself. Do you get what I'm saying? Affirm yourself, tell yourself you're beautiful, you're here for a reason, you're here for a purpose. Speak to yourself, and speak to yourself gently, you know? So I wrote different forms of self-care here. So it could be different for anybody. It could be you going to eat out. I do that sometimes as well. Like, if I just guys, I treat myself like a princess. And if you want to receive that kind of treatment from people, you have to see yourself like that first. You have to give that to yourself first. I'm one person that practices, I believe in principles, and I believe that I never ask people for things I know I wouldn't give them back, or I wouldn't give to myself. So when I'm asking you for things, or when I say I want something from you, it's not because I can't attain it, or I wouldn't give it to myself, or I wouldn't afford to give it to myself. I can afford that. I just don't want to do it myself. So that's why I'm saying, treat yourself how you want to be treated. You know, that you saying you princess treatment only, do that to yourself as well, my babe, so that you always know your worth and you're always reminded of what you're worth. And people measure it differently, but I'll tell you, take care of you first. Self-care for you first before you ask other people to care for you. So I do eat out. I'll go to a restaurant and just be like, I'm alone, I think. And I don't mean this in a bad way. Like, it's not a bad thing. I'm happy about being able to take myself out on dates. I'll go out for breakfast. I'll go to Duka and have my favorite meal, which is, I love their pork belly, crackling pork belly, and I'll have a whiskey sour. Like, I'm just that type, a Johnny Walker whiskey sour. I'm just that type of girl, you know. I care for myself. I will treat myself. I'll buy myself flowers, child. It's me versus me, and it's me for me. Okay, so do that. Do your hair. If it's taking an hour-long bath with candles and having some wine, if it's soaking yourself in bath salts, do that. Whatever it is that makes you feel good about yourself, that you want to invest back into yourself, do that. And it's important to always invest in your emotional self, because then that helps you deal with real life. Because once your emotions are messed up, it's impossible for you to navigate through real life situations, because we are goa in your mindset. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't chill with your friends when you're depressed, because mentally you're not okay. And that's where the work starts, mentally. And I know when you're trying to work yourself mentally, you also need to do the physical part of it, the outer part of it. Because once you don't feel good on the outside, it's not going to do anything for you on the inside. And as much as you don't feel good on the inside, it's not going to do anything good for you on the outside. So they work hand in hand. Work your mindset, work your body, work your physical appearance. So you always, and even if you don't feel good, you gotta make sure that you always look good. You know? So do that, whatever form of self-care or how you define self-care, do that thing for yourself. Okay, and point number 4 is exercising. Exercising, be it it's your morning run, you go to the gym, you do yoga, you meditate, you do whatever it is that makes you feel good physically. Hiking, whatever it is, go do that thing and be consistent in it. Since I've started running every single morning, I've been happy every single day. And I know that my routine goes, I wake up and I run in the morning, I come back, I shower, I then journal and pray to God so that I can attack the day, be ready. That's how I get ready for the day. And I can literally fight anything if I'm like that. So that's why I'm saying, please make sure you do that one thing that makes you feel good physically. It could be dancing, it could be anything. Do that one thing and do it frequently because it makes you feel good and you want to stay feeling good for a longer period of time. So definitely exercise in any form. Physical health comes first. It also does contribute to mental health. I've been feeling so good. I've been feeling so refreshed. And I know once I start my day with exercising, I will feel incredible the entire day. I will feel fresh the entire day and my day is going to go well because I'm not going to let anything ruin my day because I've attacked other things physically. You know what I'm saying? So please do make sure you do that thing. Meditate, yoga, running, hiking, whatever it is, do it as often as you can. I used to start with running from like three days in a week, and then I went 4 days, then I did 5 days, then I did 7 days. So it's up to you. You can do that one thing for as long as you want. But I just want you to let you know that just try. Just try. And even when you're doing it and you don't feel like doing it, tell yourself that you're trying and that's good enough. There's days where I wake up and I don't feel like running, but I will wake up and I will walk. Mid-walk, I'll start to feel like I can push myself to run. And when I'm running, I will start to feel good. I'll start feeling like the weight is lifted off my shoulders. So do that one thing that makes you feel lighter, good. You know, I also pray sometimes when I'm running, like in the morning, I'll go by the beach and I'll just pray a bit. So do that as well, you know. Even if you're hiking, talk to God, talk to whoever you talk to, whatever you believe in, do that. It's going to help you so much mentally. I think in life is not about getting everything to be perfect, or just having everything go well, but it's about how you learn to cope with life. Because one thing about life, whether you're okay or not, it will go on. Whether you're ready to tackle the day or not, the day is going to come. There's a saying that goes, even if you are not ready for the day, it cannot always be night. This is proof that life goes on whether you're ready to tackle the day or not, whether you're ready to deal with your problems or not. The problems are always going to be there. Life goes on. Life carries on. You're only wasting your time being caught up in the slump. So if you want to do something, you want to feel good about things. And you know what, guys, realistically speaking, sometimes we all have bad days. Sometimes I'll want to stay in bed the whole day, and I'll acknowledge that feeling that, right now you feel like staying in bed the entire morning, and I'll stay in bed the entire morning. But mid that, I will say to myself that, you've acknowledged how you feel like. What's the next step now? Then I'll do something about what's going to happen next or what's to come. So even if you're not ready for the day, it cannot always be night. So you want to make yourself feel good. You want to take care of you. You want to align yourself mentally. You want to do things that make you get back to yourself and give back to yourself. Okay, and then the next one, which is also the last point, is listening to music or listening to a sermon, depending on what type of person you are. I normally watch Sarah Jakes Roberts, and she helps me so much because she's so relatable. You could watch whoever you relate to. TD Jakes, could be anybody really, whoever you relate to. It could be you watching, I don't know, a prayer, or you watching a church service, whatever it is, but watch that, listening to music, listening to a playlist that makes you feel good. I know that if I start my day with Sarah Jakes Roberts, nothing is going to come against me because I'm not saying the problems won't be there, but they will be there, but I will meet them halfway like this. I will be ready to fight them because the Bible or the scripture says the swords are always going to be there. The evil is always going to be there. But once you're ready to fight it, or once you're ready to tackle the issue, when it meets you, you will be able to fight it. It's not like problems are not always going to be there, but then it's better when you prepare, when they're there, but you prepared for them. Because that's how life is. Life is always going to be It's never always going to be up, up, up. And I get it, guys. There's nobody who always has life going smoothly for them. All of us are going through something, just that we choose what to show you. Especially on social media, guys. I just want to be realistic that for the longest time, I'm never really that happy. But I will pick what to show to you guys. And that's okay. Because I'm choosing what to let out and what not to let out. But on my channel, I try to be as relatable as possible and be realistic as possible because I don't want to sell a fake image, and that's just that. On Instagram, I post as brands request me to post. Obviously, I'm not going to post drinking Johnny Walker crying because that's not the point of the post for the day. But on my channel, I'll be as realistic as possible. So I'm saying we all have problems, but it helps to prepare to deal with the problems. Another thing that I do is to listen to Afrobeats. Afrobeats make me feel so good. They make me feel so good. They make me feel so good. I will always check for new artists on TikTok, new dancers. They just make me feel so good. So listening to music also does help me, whether it's gospel, whether it's Afrobeats, whether it's whatever I want to listen to at that time. So my point is that do more of the things that make you happy. Do more of the things that make you feel like yourself again. Do more of the things that make you feel good, because you're trying to make life as soft as possible for yourself, and that should be your priority. You are your priority. You should always be your priority. Love yourself. Smell nice, look nice, eat. Sometimes I'll even cook like a really nice meal. I'll have a glass of. Do that. Take a long bath, soak yourself. Whatever, my darling, it takes for you to feel like yourself again. Do that thing. You are your own priority. Take yourself out at least once a month, minimum. It doesn't matter where you go. You could go to KFC, you could go to the nearest coffee shop, you could go to have a pork belly to the finest restaurant, whatever it is that makes you feel good. But do small things, small tokens of goodness that make you feel good about yourself. Prioritize yourself in this year. Guys, I just want to say that. Put yourself first. Do things that make you feel like you are you again, and don't lose yourself. I've made a mistake of wanting to put others before me because I'm a nice person. But I just want us to prioritize ourselves this year, and that's what I'm working on. I want that, I want that, I want that for myself. Because if I'm not okay, nothing is ever going to be okay. And I need to work on me for myself because I am the priority. I am the main star of the show. I am the director of my life. I am the cameraman of my life. I am the main star of my life. So I'm telling you, babes, like, look at yourself in the mirror, affirm yourself, and tell yourself that there's only one you of you, and there'll never be another one. You only have this one life to live, so live it under your own terms, under your own conditions, and just take care of you. But yeah, guys, that's about it from this video. Please let me know if you want to know other things or questions that you have. Drop them down below in the comment section. I just want us to prioritize self-care, looking after yourself, and just being kinder to yourself, practicing kindness towards yourself. That's the most important things. Being kind to you before expecting others to be kind to you. The minute you know yourself and how you want to be treated, you will not take anything or anyone. You won't let them treat you anyhow because you know how you want to be treated. And that's the beauty of life. That's the beauty of pain, because we come across people that don't treat us the way we want to be treated. And that's how you will know you don't want to be treated like this, because you're learning through experiences. So whether it was a good experience or a bad experience, look for the lesson within that experience, especially in bad experiences. There's always something to learn. But remember, you come first always. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. Leave a comment down below. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.